have my smoked herring fillet, or we say smoked herring fillets, which means the skin and the bones and the heads and everything has been removed, but there's still going to be tiny bones in there. We'll talk about that in a second, but I'm just going to show you how to quickly prepare this as if you were doing it in the Caribbean for our Caribbean type recipes. And typically it would be, you know, in one of my older videos, I had my dad on there, and he showed us how to roasted boil it, and to take out all of the skin and the head and the bones and stuff like that. In this case here, this is the cheat method. And it works. I'll be honest with you, I can hardly tell the difference between buying fillets versus buying the entire smoked herring and breaking it down. A lot of work. What I will recommend is wearing gloves, ladies. Your hands gonna vamp like crazy with that smoke from there if you're gonna be playing with it after, as I will. So I would recommend you wear gloves, fellas. I mean to say you can wear gloves too if you kind of have a meow. Anyhow, what we need to do is to pour boiling water. That's all you need to do. Get your kettle on, and you will pour boiling water on here. And the whole idea is to cover it completely with that boiling water. Yeah? Like so. Now what I'm going to do is allow that to cool down on its own. And what happens here is, first of all, it removes some of the salt because it can be a bit salty, and it rehydrates it and makes it nice and soft, because whether you get it with the skin on or the fillets, it can still be a bit tough. And we're trying to soften it up a little bit, remove some of that salt, and make it easier for us to shred. I know some of you, depending on where in the Caribbean you're from, I think some of us call it red herrings as well too. But all you want to do now is let that cool naturally until where we can put our hands in there, and you can see the natural oils floating at the top there. That is where that stank lives. So once you put your hand in there, ladies and gentlemen, beware. What's going to happen here? We're going to allow this to cool completely. We're going to mix it up a bit. We're going to drain that water, rinse it with cool water, squeeze it, and then we're going to shred it. It's been about 15 to 20 minutes. The water is cool to the touch now, so I'm just going to pour that out. Then I'm going to put fresh water in here. Give that another little mix around like that. You really got to mix it around. And then what you're going to do is pour this water out, and in doing so you're going to squeeze the fillets just to remove most of that water. And if you want to rinse it a couple times, you can certainly do that as well. Earlier we spoke about the tiny bones, which may still be there, so you just want to go through and make sure there's no tiny bones. And I like to shred it just like this. Now if there are tiny bones, some of them, it won't cause any problems. It won't choke you or anything like that. But the more pronounced ones, I don't have it. Like this one here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. I'm sure you can probably see it now. That one, I will toss that into the rubbish. But for the most part, I'm just going to shred this now. Now, if you want to keep it in big chunks, you can do that. But I'm going to do a recipe, and you're going to have to tune in tomorrow for the actual recipe. I'm going to do a sort of a choker with this shredded smoked herring. Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. Now you've learned how to prepare smoked herring as it's done in the Caribbean using fillets, the sort of cheat method. And all it is, boiling water, give it time to soak, and then you're gonna squeeze that water out. Notice how nice and dry it is here. All the natural oils from that fish is still there. I got a couple bones I'm just gonna dump. But now you know how to do it. Tune in tomorrow if you want to see the full recipe on how to make the sort of choker. So what I'm gonna do is add onion, tomato, garlic, some scotch bonnet pepper, some black pepper. We're gonna temper it with some oil. Mama yo, I'm telling you, boy.
What's up, soldiers? Don't forget to click subscribe. If you've already clicked subscribe, hit that bell notification thing. I want to all you missing out on the new videos, man. Come on, click.